speaking of AEW, there's low ticket sales.
Yeah, Twitter got you again this week, man.
I'm on and then I'm gone, bro. When I have 10 minutes, I get in, I go hard, and then I just get out. You know what I mean? I don't dwell. I just talk about it on the show. Get it out of my system, you know?
I know, yeah.
Yeah,
and you do get it out of your system.
I do, bro. I go hard, and then it's like I'm fucking smiling. I was so excited to do the show to talk about all of this shit. I love laughing at Meltzer. I love laughing at these crazy kooky fucks.
Get Tony Khan on the phone.
Get Meltzer on the fucking phone. Yeah. We need him doing propaganda for us, guys. How come he wrote?
Yeah, why doesn't he do that for us?
Dave Meltzer defended me in the steroid trial. Call him on the phone. Dave, you keep shilling for AEW. Dave, let me hire you so I can fucking fire you. So speaking of Meltzer, Dave Meltzer is already trashing fucking Collision. Sorry, let me re-say that.
Shocker.
Dave Meltzer is already trashing AEW Collision and CM Punk ticket sales. People will go, just say what it is. But he contributed to all of this, and he contributed to all of this fucking narrative, and they divided the AEW fans, the ones that would tolerate the Elite to deal with Punk or to see Punk are now just fully on Punk's side and don't want to fuck with the rest of AEW. And then the ones who were fully on the Elite side this whole time were also on Punk's side before this shit happened. They were also Punk marks. Yeah. So let's not forget that, right? And they just divided this fucking... Dave just put a whole trail of messy bedroom in between the fucking all this news, all this shit, controlling this narrative. Shout out EC3. And Jim Cornette has a little clip here. I just want to play a little snippet of him and Brian talking about the low ticket sales for
I would love to talk about Jim Cornette. I better not use any of his same lines.
Collision is coming to a city near me, and the ticket sales are fucking abysmal. The ticket sales in my hometown for Dynamite are awful, and they're not the worst, but like there's hundreds of tickets left, like next to the ramp, and the tickets are so expensive, man, to where it's like you can't come here your first ever time and gouge people like this. Anyways, though, Meltzer, people are going to say Meltzer's not trashing, but he's already going out there and saying Punk is a draw in Chicago, but other places it's like, really, it doesn't have to do with the fact that before you announced Punk came back and before you announced the United Center that you did a show. Like, they already have a show in Chicago that has over 6,000 tickets sold. So all those people, like, now, but they don't get Punk. They get Kenny and those guys. And now the United Center, minute, a week out, gets 2 weeks out or whatever, gets Punk, and the ticket sales aren't doing great after he hasn't been on TV for a year, and you guys have been burying him for a fucking year. It's just such
a bunch of dummies.
It's just dummy. They hate the wrestling business. Tony. Meltzer hates wrestling. He hates wrestling. He hates it.
No, he doesn't. He loves Japanese wrestling.
No. He likes wrestling moves. He doesn't like the wrestling business. He's done more to contribute to the detriment of the wrestling business than he has done to elevate the wrestling business. Facts.
Yeah, he's also done less to fucking clean his room.
So should I play you some Cornette here and just kind of briefly?
I would love for you to do that.
Yeah.
That would be excellent. Yeah. Is it the drive-thru or the experience?
Before, and you brought up Dave Meltzer. Something Dave Meltzer recently talked about. A lot of listeners have sent this in. I have a quote here from his Wrestling Observer radio show. They're bad. Punk has been moving tickets in Chicago, but not in other places. Not in Toronto, which is not a good sign because Toronto is one of the greatest markets in North America. They sold out Forbidden Door. And
let me stop right there. So in Toronto, first off, you're doing a TV show there, and you're doing the fucking Forbidden Door there. How many wrestling, like, okay, how many tickets you think you're going to sell running 2 nights in 1 week in Toronto when your main shits tickets. Do you get what I'm, bro? They're oversaturating themselves. How many fucking Mark Wrestling fans do you think are going to come to the New Japan show and show up to this show no one's going to watch on TV that you guys don't care about after Punk's been off TV for a year? When you're running the city twice in the same week, like what does Tony Khan think is going to happen?
I mean, yeah, hit play.
The fingers, in the snap of the fingers, in a snap of the fingers, excuse me. And then for the Collision show, there's still under 2,000 tickets at the Scotiabank Arena. I was told ahead of time that Regina and Saskatoon.
Yeah, born. That's where I was born, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Yeah.
You fucking Mark. Shout out to fucking Knives.
Those are closed.
Switchblades, yeah.
Good weather very much. They head out of town and they go to the lake and stuff. They head out of town. If you live in Saskatoon and you town, where do you end up?
Can you confirm that?
Confirm.
So
it's absolutely true. We have tons of summer it's absolutely true. We have tons of summer festivals and it's very cold and rainy in Saskatoon and shit. And so when people get a chance, they just head out to the lake. Like people literally live at the lake as much as they can. It's literally exactly what this guy emailed them. Like it's like people don't
I love it.
You know, as on the come up, like off pod, whatever, I've promoted events, I've ran venues, I've performed events, things like this. And not wrestling, but even in like
kayfabe, brother.
Yeah, kayfabe, even in music and other shit, it's the same thing. Like you'll see like if there's like a certain festivals going on or something, or if it's just like a certain long weekend where people want to get out to the lake and shit, you will see like the concerts suffer and stuff like that. It's not just AEW. So
oh shit.
Yeah, it's just
okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah, what a dummy.
So I might make a few towns in Canada or something, right? I'm thinking like, you know, I'd love to see that Owen Hart.
PWT side.
There's gonna be one. You're gonna see. But if I show the layouts, if I show you the layouts for some of these Canadian venues, man, you just see how they're blocked off and all the empty seats, and you're just like, shit. I know like all these events do. I don't know. This is what I tweeted out too, and people hated on this too. I just want to normalize, like run smaller venues again. Pack the smaller venues and have it sound noisy and just normalize it. Like you guys need to run these big arenas, waste money. They're fucking stupid. Like
I like when they run the colleges.
Yeah, man.
Those are the best.
Anyways, we'll do a little bit more of this. Yeah, we'll do a little bit more of this.
Back to corny, yeah.
Yeah.
They say that's the height of criminal season in Saskatchewan. As soon as the weather gets nice and everyone leaves.
That is also a fact. One of the crime capitals. Real talk though, at summertime, crime gets crazy because all the shitheads are out there. They're standing in front of the stores. They're robbing people. Crazy shit. Just look up things that have happened in Saskatchewan. Like what happens. Crazy crimes. You never even imagine. Anyways, continuing along.
Wait, 700 tickets for Hamilton, Ontario for Collision right now.
Ooh.
Into account something that nobody's been taking into account, whether it's positive or negative for Punk or for AEW or what, I don't know. But what's the date of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada?
I would have to look that up. I don't know.
Well, why don't you get the schedule out?
Okay, fuck all that. Listen, ultimately, they're hurting. They've sold 700 tickets for Hamilton, Ontario. Like, run a convention center, run a little civic center show, and have it like old ROH. Like, what the fuck you guys doing, man? Crazy. So yeah, and then of course Meltzer had to, of course, admit Punk's a needle mover, and then had to now try and walk it back.
Uh-oh.
You know, because
poor guy.
Yeah, exactly.
What did Meltzer say?
Well, he said Punk's selling tickets in Chicago, but he's not anywhere else. Well, he's off TV for so where? So why can't the Elite sell tickets? Aren't the Elite and Kenny and these guys on this show too? None of them are selling tickets either. It's all on Punk. It's funny. It's funny how it's all on Punk now too. Oh, the ticket sales, that's on Punk.
It's been on Punk the whole time, bro.
You called it, Hairline. You said this is what Dave was going to do.
Punk has never not been the house. Like, it's always been on Punk's shoulders. You know what I'm saying? They just don't admit it.
Yeah, and
it's goofy shit, bro. Like, oh my god, this is gonna be awful. I can't wait to watch this all play out over the summer.
Right. And a few episodes ago, I of PWT Podcast, yeah, I asked you, I was like, are you excited for Collision?
Yeah.
And you were like, dude, I am, but you were just like, listen, it's just gonna be, you were like, listen, it's just gonna, you were like, it's just gonna be Meltzer and Alvarez like stirring more shit up and making up fake shit and just saying dumb shit. And it's so funny to me how it all comes back to Punk, man. It's all on him now. Ooh, the ratings, the ticket sales is on him. Fucking so ludicrous.
Hold on, no, listen. I care more about the key demo, to be honest.
So. Yeah. How much of the key demo bought tickets for the show? Actually,
thank you.
I wonder how much of the key demo will be in the crowd that night. Holy fuck!
Jeez.
Okay.
Can we talk about some good wrestling now?
With that being said, Tony Khan is trending on Twitter, and so is Collision. Should we look at some of the things people are saying and what Tony Khan is saying? He's doing the media rounds. This is taken from the Pollock and from the John Pollock and Brandon Thurston show. Shout out John Pollock. He was on the Fight Network in Canada. Yeah, when I was growing up. So Tony Khan says in an interview with them, quote, I want to create a distinct show with a distinct identity, and I really believe we can do that with AEW Collision. Well, you're goddamn right, because the fucking talent you have on that show are a lot different than the ones you're keeping on.
Is it?
I don't know if
What's different besides CM Punk?
Bro, it's going to be Tony and CM Punk and Danielson in creative. And the people running around backstage are going to be Samoa Joe and FTR and Jade Cargill and people who want to do business.
God, that's going to body the other show. Bro.
I know, but no one's going to watch it. And then they're going to go, see? Meltzer and them are going to go, see, we told you. We told you it doesn't, CM Punk doesn't pop a rating. And off pod, I was telling you that people are now saying, oh, if the Elite leave, like apparently the rumors are like the Elite might leave in 2024 and it's Punk's fault somehow that they're babies.
Because he bit him.
A steal or whatever.
Anyways. Listen, I'm just happy Kenny got the dog out of it.
Right. We can't take away the fact that AEW does have this WB, this Warner Discovery deal, and that Warner's like is pleased with them. That doesn't get talked about enough if we are being honest. But I spent years defending that to people, like they only need over 500K, but I would defend that and go, wait till they start hitting 1.2 and 1.3 and they start matching Raw and shit. And then that never happened, but not used to, like, I'll still say it to this day. I'm saying it on the show, it's like 500K is all they want. So when they're getting 900K and that sort of shit, that is W's as far as All Elite Wrestling is concerned. But when we're talking about in the grand scheme of wrestling in America and competing and all this shit, Tony Khan, it's him who brings it up. It's the marks who compare it to WWE all the fucking time. Right? Great. So when they bring that shit up, it's like, well, no, we're going to give it L's. Okay, you want to talk about their TV deal? Okay. Yes, their TV deal, they're killing their TV deals. That's awesome. Nothing more you could ask for. But when it comes to if we're going to compare them and fucking, just talk about it, I mean, yeah, they get swarmed in the ratings. Their ratings are not good objectively. But hopefully Collision reinvigorate some interest and we
dude, it's gonna be the same thing, man, where it's gonna be the first show is gonna be a lot of views and then it's gonna slowly go down and
yeah,
like you said, it's just gonna be Meltzer making excuses, yada yada.
Tony Khan, quote, fans want to hear from CM Punk. It would make sense for him to speak on AEW Collision. Oh, you fucking think?
Yeah. The sky's blue. Yeah.
I'm excited for Collision, but it's just like, you're right, dude. It's already like, what did Meltzer say? CM Punk screwed AEW and just all this shit. And it's like, man, did he really though? Why are they bringing him back then? Like,
their biggest house was him screwing them. I know.
I don't know, man. It's just all a mess, and I hate that this is the discussion we're having instead of you guys. AEW's having a second show, and it's awesome. And I don't know. It's just now negative bullshit, and
It's crazy.
yeah. Some breaking. Fightful from As Per Fightful. They spoke to Omega and the Bucks and all this sort of shit.
I wish I could skip this.
Well, too bad. So Fightful writes, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Page have all been negotiating new AEW contracts this year. When we asked for an update this week, we were told that the deals aren't done yet. However, both sides have felt like several deals have been close, with one side noting that could have been said for several months and not a lot had changed on that front. So basically, they just said nothing right there. Oh, they're negotiating and it might be good and they might have deals, but they might not. What the fuck, man? People pay for this shit. Okay. Those we spoke with in AEW were confident they'd retain the Elite despite CM Punk returning to the company. Like, why even throw that in there? Why is that even what is being said?
Because they're a bunch of fucking marks.
It's just such an initiative. You could just say that without the Punk shit, you know? We've not been given any update on Elite and their willingness to work with Punk, though creative is planned for several of them for quite some time. So we haven't got comment on their willingness to work with Punk. You guys, they aren't willing to work with Punk. We've all figured this out. Like, what the fuck? Hangman Page, Omega, and the Bucks have all retained Barry Bloom to represent them. Isn't that fucking Barry Bloom? Isn't that like Goldberg's old manager from back in the day? That is, dude. That's the guy who got Hogan his money and all these. Like, I'm telling you, bro. He was representing Hall and Nash and shit.
They're such marks, bro. I can't handle it, dude.
Oh, dude. It's worth noting, pardon the sickness by your boy Phil. It's worth noting that Omega had time added to his deal due to missing out via injury. At this point, between injury time option years and any other variables with all four wrestlers, it's tough to determine when exactly each deal is up. Then why the fuck are you talking about this? You know what I mean? We're told by WWE sources that they would absolutely have interest in all four talents in the event they become available, but that they don't actually expect that to happen and that WWE are nowhere near being legally allowed to talk to any of them. There were rumors that the Young Bucks had reached out to WWE last year, but sources close to them denied it. So their friends denied that. No one at WWE denied that the Bucks reached out to them. Boom. That's all I'm saying. We're told that most people in AEW expect that each man will remain in AEW on significant money increases. They're going to give these guys more money.
No.
They're going to give them more money, bro.
Pay CM Punk more.
Yeah, we're here. And then some dude tweets this shit out. Big LA Ruiz, the fucking lil bro himself.
That's your buddy, dude.
Yeah, man. My lil bro. He goes, he tweets out, he says, LOL, drunk ass Raj Giri saying the Young Bucks have had no impact on the wrestling biz, and then slurping Roman is hilarious. Roman worked hard for his spot in WWE, but he's just a cog in the WWE machine. The Bucks had a hand in changing the entire industry with AEW.
What did they change?
This is what I wrote. How did they change the industry? They found a rich guy to give them and their friends tons of money, then hotshotted every gimmick match possible and ostracized others from the business, all while drawing the exact same ratings for AEW as when they are not on the show. Boom.
Oh, yeah, nailed it, dude.
And that's the fucking point, man. These guys, when the Bucks are on the show, the ratings don't spike. When the Bucks aren't on the show, the ratings don't spike. Like, whether those two guys are on the show or not, there's absolutely zero impact on the ratings. Period, point blank, period. Or the houses. So what did they really do? They took executive vice president jobs and then ruined it for other people who are trying to take this business seriously when their whole motto is, yeah, killing the business, bro.